Aloha, welcome to Jerf Life. This is a tutorial video on how to make a supercharged cup of coffee. You guys have probably heard of bulletproof coffee. This is a similar version, but my take, and I'm adding a few extra ingredients to really turn it into a nutrient-dense meal. So I've already gone ahead and made myself a French press here. I used the Peruvian medium roast from Jerf Life. This is our sample bag. We just roasted these last week. So I've got this in here for my hot coffee. You're gonna wanna do hot coffee for this. And then we're gonna add some things to it. So the main premise behind bulletproof coffee is essentially adding fats, saturated fats, to your coffee to help provide you with a source of energy via short chain fatty acids. So I've got my coffee here and I've got an electric stir stick. This is option number one. What we're gonna do is use a Ninja smoothie cup. So this has the blade on the lid and the cup will actually be our coffee cup. So we're gonna fill this with coffee and some ingredients and then we're just gonna blend it on here, but you can use a stir stick as well. You do wanna stir it, and the more stirred the better. It really helps to break up the fat and foam up everything into more of a creamy drink instead of having just like a layer of fat on top of your coffee and not having it mixed very well. I'm going to pour myself about 12 ounces of coffee. That's my typical intake for the day, is somewhere between 12 to 16 ounces. So there's my 12 ounces of coffee, and now I'm gonna start adding things to it, and I'll just take you guys through the process as we go. The first one here is ghee. This is just clarified butter, grass-fed butter, and it's incredibly nutrient dense, has a lot of good stuff in it. 2 tablespoons of ghee. That's gonna make it really, really creamy, and it's also gonna pack it full of saturated fat. You can also use tallow or lard, that works really well, or just regular grass-fed butter. You don't need to use ghee. Coconut oil is also another great source, and that's a plant-based alternative if you are potentially vegan or don't do well with dairy, even though ghee is a pretty dairy-safe, lactose-free version of butter. 1 to 2 tablespoons is usually just fine. The other fat that we're going to put in there is MCT oil, which you've probably heard of, medium chain triglyceride. All that means is a middle-sized fatty acid. This is the bulletproof Dave Asprey form of coconut oil. There's other brands that are 100% C8. I just like this one. I've been buying it for a while. So for the MCT oil, typically you'll want to do 1 to 2 tablespoons. Most people, when they are just new to taking MCT oil, it can run through you pretty quickly and give you a kind of watery bowel movement. So make sure you don't overdo it. If you do, you will know, and don't be concerned. Just monitor your MCT intake and start low and build yourself up. So I've got all my healthy, delicious fats that are gonna make my coffee very nutrient and energy dense, but also very creamy and delicious. And then the next ingredient is protein. So I've got a nice dose of healthy fats, and so I would like to complement that with a dose of protein. So this is Garden of Life raw meal plant protein powder. I really like this protein powder because it has a nice complementary range of plant proteins. It's not just one type, like just pea protein or just rice protein. It has a lot of different varieties all mixed together, so you get a nice wide range of nutrients. It's high in fiber, which is really nice to help keep you feeling full, and most people are low on their fiber intake, so it's an easy way to help get a little bit more fiber into your diet. It's the chocolate flavor is very delicious. It's got a nice little sweetness to it. It's very, very good. This is my go-to recommended plant protein if you're gonna go with a plant protein. Next, after I've got my protein powder in there, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon or half to 1 tablespoon of raw cacao powder. And you'll see here, it does a pretty good job at stirring everything up. Okay, almost there. We're gonna add the last ingredient, a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon is good for lowering blood sugars and regulating blood sugar levels. and it adds a nice little flavor. This is Ceylon cinnamon. Highly recommend Ceylon cinnamon specifically. That's the good kind of cinnamon that is healthy for you. So now, with the Ninja Cup, here's a little trick. Pay attention to this. We close the lid and shake it first. The coffee's hot, right? So shaking it is going to expand. It's going to create a lot of pressure. We want to shake it and then depressurize it first. You'll hear this. That just little psst. Now you know it's depressurized, so that way you won't have a big explosion when you run it through the Ninja. So there's the Ninja to finish it off. You'll hear again, just very gently open. This is why you don't want to overfill these and make a mess. Perfecto, look at that. So now I've turned my coffee into more of a creamy hot chocolate meal replacement. Look at that, it almost looks like a latte. It's got that nice creamy consistency. Delicious as ever, guys. Packed full of nutrients and an easy, nice little fun thing that you can do to play with your coffee. These are just examples of ingredients you can add. I've experimented with others as well. I hope this recipe brings you guys some benefit. You like the taste of it. You notice that you have a little bit more sustained energy throughout the day. And if you guys want to try a Jerf Life sample bag, just click the link, go check it out. We'll send you a pot of coffee, 3 cups of coffee, 1 sample bag on the house. All you guys got to do is cover shipping. We've got a few different quantity options. So check out the tutorial videos on how to make a perfect pour over, perfect French press, and the perfect cold brew. And enjoy your supercharged coffee. Take care, guys.